Hi guys, Guy in Kalamazoo here. Just wanted to do a quick update. I haven't done one in a little bit. And this one's going to be a combination of a lot of things. So I know, yeah, I'm not splitting the categories into gaming, life. I'm just going to talk about a little bit of everything going on. Um, the biggest thing being E3, and what I'm going to talk about with life kind of combines with E3. I was very excited to see E3, and I think all across the board, for us being gamers, top notch. Everything's top notch, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC gaming. Yes, you guys know I love my Xbox One. I'm pro Microsoft big time, but for us as gamers, living today is excellent. It's really across the board. Even if you're a PlayStation fan, personally, I don't own the PlayStation. Chris does. If I want to play it, I'm sure he'd let me. But I'm Xbox. And my dog, Kaya, wants to play. She's like right down here at my feet. So the camera's sitting here, and if she bumps it, it shakes. Or actually, it's sitting on a chair. If she bumps it, it's going to shake, like it is doing now. Kaya, stop. So, sorry, guys. Okay. I don't want this to go on too long, but anyway, I woke up today watching another video vlog on YouTube. Industrial Gamer, somebody that I subscribed to, one of the first people I subscribed to for gaming, and I watch his videos all the time. Well, he was just at the PC conference, the PC press conference last night, and did a vlog, and when he went in, it just made me think of what my life could have been. And briefly, history. If you follow me before, you know I'm a programmer. However, I work for Kellogg's as a warehouse supervisor right now. That's another story. I think I actually did another vlog. But at any rate, I started with video games way back, like in the late 70s. Pong came out, Atari, Nintendo, went on from there. I think I had a Texas Instruments. I can't remember the name of the model, but I had one. My computer was a Texas Instruments TI 425. I can't remember the exact model, but I remember it hooked up to the small screen TV. And for the storage, it was not disc back then, it was cassette tapes. We had to store things on cassette tapes. And back then, my passion back then was also, I was watching Dynasty at the time, the show Dynasty, which I own every show, every season there is. Hold on a sec. Okay, never mind. And she's just being a bother. I should put her out and shut the door. So as I was learning programming, and I was learning basic programming back then, basic. Stop. And I was watching Dynasty at the time. So now I need to adjust the camera because, hold on a second. There. Sorry, guys. I shut the door. She's being a bother. Okay. So I was learning QBasic back then, and I kind of wanted to tie it in somehow, some way. There was a program that I had that was a music maker, and anyway, I actually made a game for Dynasty. I know it's an old 8-bit game. I had to put it on cassette tape. But I actually coded, and this was back when we coded using line numbers like 100, 200, 300. You had go-to statements. You didn't have object-oriented programming back then like you do today. But I actually created this program using even physics, which I don't know physics at all. I'd fail any physics class I took today. And it had Blake, And if I remember right, Blake was this little 8-bit character. And of course, I don't do graphics art, so they were little, like stick characters. They had square heads, square arms, square legs, and a little square body. And I think I put Blake black. Then there was Crystal, and she was yellow. And what I did is I created the mansion, the Carrington Mansion, which by the way is Filoli Estate, which is on my bucket list to visit. I got to get to that place and visit it sometime in life. Very soon. Out just south of San Francisco, I think it is. But I recreated in 8 bits. I recreated the Carrington Mansion. I think I had about 12 different rooms, even though in all reality, I think that mansion has like 60 rooms. But it had like 9 to 12 different rooms. And it played the music, the Dynasty music, came up, the limo pulled up, and out walks the black character, my little black character. And that's Alexis. And you controlled Alexis, you could play Alexis, control her going into different rooms, and your objective was to try to find different documents, find diamonds or jewels, and that would up your health. But randomly, when you went into a room, you would either find Blake or Crystal. And the way if I remember right, the way I had it is with Blake, you never physically fought him. With Crystal, you did. And it was a random generator that you would fight, you would either win or lose. And if you lost like some of your things that you'd found. And eventually, if you got down to 0, the game would end. Anyway, I created that game. It was probably back in 1986, 87, something like that. And I even wrote to the producers of Dynasty, and they must have forwarded it to their legal team because I got a letter from the legal department. It wasn't really ABC's legal department, but I remember it was on like Dynasty letterhead or Shapiro letterhead, something like that. Telling me that the gaming rights to Dynasty were not available. So I wasn't out to sell it anyway. And where am I leading up to the story? How does it tie into E3 and the vlog I watched with Cameron this morning? And it is, okay, right now, well, this September I'm going to turn 48. I know 48, and I don't feel old at all. I'm young. I still feel young, very young. Age is just a state of mind, not the way you feel. However, lately, and other YouTubers I watch will agree with this. I don't know if it's because I've been neglecting my health. I've got the belly. I've got the big belly. I am overweight. I need to start watching that. I'm a smoker. I smoke a pack a day, which I know is too much. But for me, the more and more people tell me, Brad, you gotta quit. Brad, you need to quit. It's like, I'm going to do what I want. Don't tell me what to do. And I think I do it more out of defiance than anything else for that. But I need to start really focusing on me because, okay, the last 3 days I've been home with back pains. I went and saw the doctor yesterday and a chiropractor, and sorry, my phone rings. Sorry. I'll get that later. But anyway, I've been out for work for 3 days, and it's just something, physically, I'm in good shape. Really, physically, yeah, I take like Lipitor for my high cholesterol, and that is under control now. That's been under control. I have acid reflux, but like my doctor says, if I could lose this weight, I probably could get off both medications, and I'd be in really good physical health. Mentally, yeah, I'm mentally stable. I'm not going to say I'm whacked, but I do go into some bouts of depression lately. And I'm realizing, I put this on Facebook this morning, I'm realizing this is where everything kind of ties in. Um, my passion is just gone. Everything is just, it's gone. I've created that game. I'm looking over my big moments in life. I created that game, didn't go anywhere, but I created a game. I still did it. I have actually written a book that's published. It's out there. It's called Repercussions. In fact, let me see if I've got a copy. Let me get one real quick. I want to show you. Okay. I knew I had a copy of it and I should keep it in here. But anyway, I've written a book. There it is, Repercussions. It's been published. Go out. You can, in fact, I think you can find it on Barnes and Noble still. Yeah, 2007 is a book that I published. Because another thing that I love to do in life, I love to create. I'm a creative person, and that passion drove that creativity, but it's gone. And I've not been creative lately at all. But yet another thing I do that was driven off this Repercussions, briefly, how Repercussions came about is, not Chris. I'm married to Chris. And not my relationship before, but the one before that. I did not see it coming, but all of a sudden, it was done. It was gone. And I'm not going to get into detail about what happened and all that. But anyway, found myself alone. And I had written some short stories before. So I figure, okay, you know what? I'm going to start writing a new book or another short story about this guy who's the love of his life is ripped away from him, except in the book it's through death. And how he deals with all that. And so I wrote, actually, it wasn't a screenplay, it was a play. I wrote a play called Consequences. And actually, when I wrote it the first time, sometimes your first drafts are the best, because then you add to it, and now like the book, it's kind of campy. Excuse me, campy. It's got some funny drama in it and some over drama, and going back to the original play that I wrote, I actually had people calling me at night. I'll never forget this one call. Some lady from Missouri, because the internet, around the time that I wrote it, the internet was just coming alive, was just starting up, and there was a site where playwrights could share their plays, and I had put it out there. And somebody called me and said, "Oh my God, you wrote my life." And they actually wanted to use it, and I gave them permission to use it. I didn't gain monetarily from it. And then I got a call from somebody in Tennessee who was going to university there, and they wanted to use it for a paper and a speech that they were doing for some class. I gave them permission for it. Then, and let me get one more thing. Okay. Then this came about. This is actually an operetta in 2 acts. The music and the libretto was written by Kevin Cornelius. Here, let's see. Consequences. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. This is actually the original play. There's actual music out there. Somebody turned this into a short little opera, and I've not been in contact with Kevin for many years, and I don't know if it really went anywhere. But I took Consequences. It's become an operetta. The name of the book is Repercussions. It's because the publisher could not use the name Consequences. I had to change it to something else. So it went from Consequences to Repercussions. And then in the book itself, was it the book? No, because now I started turning it into a screenplay, and this actually started many years ago, and I've kind of put it aside because I wanted it in 3 parts. I wanted Truth, Consequences, Repercussions. Repercussions being the final act. Um, so anyway, these are things I have done in life, and it's like the last at least decade, I feel very stagnant, very blah. And I tell you, I'm tired of working for the man. I call him the man. And I wish I could go back. If I could go back in time, I would go back and really stick with the video game industry. I would have never, ever, ever given that up. Because in the early 90s, what I did is went to school. And I went down to Louisiana, and I came back here. And I started, my camera just did something weird. I'm not sure what happened there. But I started with working at a bank, and I got into business. I'm more of a manager, a business manager. And it's like, I've been doing this for years. I don't know what's going on with my computer. But yeah, it seems like it's freezing up. Sorry about that. But anyway, I've been in the business part of the world for years, and I've always wanted to work for myself. And I was just back then, I was afraid to take the risk, and I'm even more afraid now. You know, if I could find a good contract using my programming abilities and create something for even a business, I would love it. But it just seems like the market out here is saturated with people that do this. So I don't know how to get it back, but it's just the passion in life for me is been dead. It's gone. And yeah, I was passionate. This is another story I'm not really going to get into too much now. But getting Chris here from Uruguay, Chris is from Uruguay. And at the time, legally, I could not even bring him in because I was trying to get him on a fiancé visa. And at the time, we had the Defense of Marriage Act. But that was struck down by the Supreme Court 2 years ago. And I was able to get him here. I was very passionate about that. And I'm not going to call it a project. But that part of my life, I was very passionate about. And now that that part is done, it's like sometimes I feel dead inside. I don't know, but that's just something that I guess I need to search in myself. I need to find, and I need to change, and I need some sort of direction. So, okay, and now I'm at the 20-minute mark, and I think, because I want to do a vlog on E3 and my thoughts on E3, and I think I'm going to keep that probably set. I was going to mix the two, but this one's at 20 minutes. I don't want it to drag on too long. And so I think I'm going to do two separate ones. So anyway, the takeaway from this vlog is, and really, I know a lot of people are going to tell me it don't matter that you're going to be 48. Still, do what you want in life. Take that risk and move. Do what you want. Do what you truly love to do. But that's a takeaway from this. And the takeaway is that if you truly feel passionate about something, take that risk. Go ahead and do it. Take it. Do it. Do what you enjoy in life, because you only get one life, and it goes by real quick. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening. If you like this, thumbs up, leave comments, subscribe if you want. And I appreciate your time, and thank you for listening. 2 ears, 1 mouth. And yeah, take care. I'm going to be doing my thoughts on E3. That will be a separate vlog. So anyway, guys, take care, and thanks for watching.